Hello and welcome to this presentation on the National Grid and grid references. This forms part of the Land Navigation by Map and Compass module for Uniform Public Services, both Level 2 and Level 3. My name is Chris Evans. I'm not going to read the full definition here that I've taken from Steve Long's Hill Walking Handbook, but some of the key points I want you to pick up here: that successful navigation is consistent and efficient in terms that you will consistently get to the right place you're planning to get to and without wasting lots of time and effort. Also, it makes reference to the point that navigation in good, clear conditions can be quite simple and straightforward. However, once you remove those clear conditions, you go into darkness or limit visibility through fog or whatever, it becomes very, very difficult, even for the most skilled person, and you just can't do it at all without competent use of a map and a compass. So, by the end of this lesson, I'm hoping that you will know what the Ordnance Survey is, what the National Grid is, what its purpose is, what size the grid squares are on an Ordnance Survey map, how to take 4- and 6-figure grid references, and also how to use a compass to do so. So what is the Ordnance Survey? Well, first off, it comes from a military background. It was the first mapping was produced in 1745 as a result of the Highland Rebellion, and 2 years later, the Ordnance Survey was created as a response by the Ministry of Defence, called the Board of Ordnance at that time, to the threat of an invasion by Napoleon on the south coast of England. So that first survey took 8 years. It was completed. It wasn't really a massively accurate map, as opposed to, as it says there, a magnificent military sketch, but it was the origins of the Ordnance Survey. And since then, it's been a military mapping service, producing over 20 million maps in World War I for the Army. But increasingly, its maps are used for leisure and travel. Now, Ordnance Survey in Northern Ireland, we are covered by the Ordnance Survey of Northern Ireland. In the south, it's the Ordnance Survey of Ireland, whereas Ordnance Survey itself covers England, Wales, Scotland, and the Scottish Islands. The OSI and OSNI are both sister organisations of Ordnance Survey and would have been part of Ordnance Survey prior to partition. What is a map? Well, a very simple definition here for you is a map is two-dimensional or flat representation of a three-dimensional terrain, in other words, a not flat area. It represents features and objects through using symbols. They could be any sort of man-made or natural structure. So, for example, slopes, paths, rivers, mountains, walls, etc. They're drawn to scale as well, which makes it possible for us to measure distances and know with accuracy how far it is from one place on the map to another. Now, because the UK and Ireland are so very, very big, you couldn't use one overall map of any of that territory to navigate at a local level. So what the National Grid system is where OS have divided each of the land masses into squares of 100 kilometres width and height, and they've assigned letters to them. So in Ireland, it's single letters. The rest of the UK, it's double letters. So we would be focusing mostly on square J in Ireland. That's a 100 by 100 kilometre national grid, but it contains the wards, etc. The purpose is really to break the land down, as it says there, so it's more easily understood, it's more easily used, and you can locate people, places, things much, much more accurately using bigger scale maps. So talking maps now, we're going to look at an actual Ordnance Survey map. So you'll see that they're all covered in blue grid lines, quite faint here, but I'll make those darker in a few seconds. The numbers going across the page are east and west are called Eastings, and the numbers going up and down the page north-south are called Northings. Now, we use those basically to give coordinates, as you'll see shortly. On a standard wards map, though, the square is 1 kilometre wide and 1 kilometre high. So I'm going to then just highlight the grid squares. So we will have across the top there, you can see the numbers running across east-west, they are the Eastings. The numbers going up and down north-south, they are the Northings. So Eastings across the page, Northings up and down the page. So by now we know what the Ordnance Survey is, we know what the National Grid is, we know its purpose, and we know the size of a grid on the Ordnance Survey map, 1 kilometre between the lines. So we're going to look next at a thing called 4-figure grid references. So each grid there, as we say, you can use that itself to give an area of a kilometre by kilometre as a reference, and that's where we get our 4-figure grid reference. So the first two numbers we take are Eastings, and the second two are Northings. And we sometimes call it along the corridor up the stairs. So what I'm going to do now in a second, I'm going to turn that square blue. I'm going to explain. So we go across the page first of all. I'll just take a blue pen here and we'll go across the page and we go to the first easting line that is touching the square we're trying to identify. So that's 24. And then we take the northing next and we go up again to the first northing that touches the square. So that's 29. So that will give us our easting of 24, our northing of 29, and our overall grid reference head of 24, 29. So a little bit of practice we did in class then was we went to this exercise and we tried to look at first of all square, which is 2529. So I'm going to go with a red marker here for this one. So we'll go across to 25. So easting of 25. So we'll look down this easting, and then 29 here. So okay, so we're going to cross that easting. So that takes us to this point here. So our nearest square is B then. So that will be B. The next one we're going to look at is 2528. I'll just swap to a black pen this time. So it's 25 again. So we'll continue 25 here, and this time 28 will be our easting here. So where those two lines intersect is down here. So that will make D our square. The next one then will be 24, 27. So we'll go this time with purple. So 24 is here, 27 is here. So again, those two lines will intersect here, and that will leave us with E as our target square. So we're going to go the opposite way this time around. This time we're going to give a reference for A. So again, we look across, go with a yellow this time. So we'll look across to our easting for A is 24. And we're going to come up on our northings, we're going to come up all the way to 29. So it'll be 24, 29. Next one then, we're going to look at C. So again, we're going to come across the page, which is light blue this time. So C, the first easting that touches is 24. So write that down, 24. And then our northing will come up for C. The first one touches is 28, so 28. And lastly, F. This time, F again we'll choose green this time. So F, we need to go across to 25 to start with, to touch F, and we come up again 27, so it's 25, 27. So we now know how to take and give a 4-figure grid reference, giving us an area of 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre squares. Now we're going to look at an even more detailed, more accurate grid reference, the 6-figure grid reference. So all we're going to do is we're going to break the northings and eastings down even further. So this would be used, as it says there, to pick a more specific location, a specific path junction within that square. So we do an imaginary grid now. We break the eastings and northings down into imaginary 10 by 10. Squares here. You won't see those on the map, but that's an imaginary one there. This will give us an area of 100 by 100 100 by 100 meters, which is roughly the equivalent to 2 football pitches lying side by side. So we're going to take this pale blue square first of all. So our 4-figure reference will be across to 62 and up to 33. So that will give us our first two numbers on our third and fourth numbers, 62 and 33, and then we leave a space beside each of those to give a further reference. So if we take the dark blue square, for eastings wise we would go across, so it's halfway across there, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our first more accurate number would be 625, add the 5 on there, and then we'll come up now for the northing, it comes up to 3, so it'll be 3, 3, 3. So again, still along the corridor up the stairs, but it just becomes more accurate to 625333. So this is a little exercise we did in class. We looked at colours again. So we start off with the full 4-figure grid reference here, or sorry, the 4-figure reference for the first square was 62 across, 33 up. So it's 62. Everything's going to start 62. Let's go space, and a 33, and then a space. So we're going to look at red first of all. Now you see red is right in the corner. So red is actually touching 0 for both. So red would be then 6-2, and then because it's touching 0, it's 0, and 3-3, and again because it's touching 0, 0. The next one will be green, so we'll choose green pen here and go across. So green goes across to 2, and goes up again to 2, so it'll be 622, 332. Black pick, so we'll choose the black pen. Now black, again, our Easting, we go all the way across to 9, so it'll be 629. And then coming up the page, you see again it's touching the 0 line. So again, it'll be 330. You will never get a reading of, say, for example, 6210. Because if it gets to 10, it will actually then be 63, not 6210. Next one's white. Well, I haven't got a white pen that will show up in this, so again, we'll go across. We use a grey this time, so it goes across to 5 and goes up the page again to 5, so it'll be 625. Again, 5 being the third letter, and 335. 5 being the sixth letter. So this time we'll go the other way around. Which colour is that? 628339. So I'm going to just go back to the red here for a second. So 628. So again, 62 will go across as far as 8. So we know it's going to be on this line here. 339. So we'll go up 3 up to 9. And we know it's going to be along there. So we take those two lines where they intersect. That will actually take us to the yellow square. So we'll mark that as yellow there. We'll look at the next one then. 623338. So 623. 338, so we'll go across there, so 623 up here at 338, that will take us to that point there, so that's nearest to the brown. A little bit of brown, so we'll give that a dark orangey colour, it's almost brown. And then 626336, so 626, continue on across there a bit more. 626 along this line, and 336 along that line. So that takes us to this point here where they intersect, so that's actually going to be the purple then. I think that's us there. So that's an example of your 6-figure grid references. So we can now say that learning objective has been covered. We can take a 6-figure grid reference in theory down to a 100 by 100 meter square. So lastly, we're going to find out how we use a compass to do that. So before we can do that, I need to explain to you the different parts of the compass here, or some parts of the compass. This is a standard, what we call base plate compass. It has a clear plastic base plate on it. We'll sometimes call it an expedition compass as well. But it has this scale along the top edge and also along the side. And this is called a romer, R-O-M-E-R. We use that then to very quickly give us the 3rd and the 6th figures of the grid reference without having to do any guesstimation. Now you see there are several different scales on there. There's a 1 to 25,000 meter scale, there's a 1 to 50,000 scale, and a 1 to 63,360 scale. Those are for different types of map. We will only be using, in college, we will only be using the 1 to 25,000 map because this is standard outdoor map for most people. Northern Ireland will cover the Mournes, you get one to cover the North Coast, the Antrim Hills, the Sperrins, Lough Erne. In mainland UK, OS maps at 1 to 25,000, I think that's called the Explorer series, and that'll be a standard scale for everybody to use. And the nice thing here is we can use this just to read straight off. Now you notice here in the corner, this would be considered 0. If you look along the top there, it goes 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So halfway in between you have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and you have the same idea down the side, so you have 3 there, 5, and so on down. And we use this then to measure off against the squares and the location of the place to give us our extra figures on the 6-figure grid reference. So as I said, it's called a romer, and we will only be using the 1 to 25,000 scale. So we're going to do a little bit of practice again. This time I'm going to use the compass to do it. We're going to do one example from the exercise we used previously. First thing we do is put the compass down. So we're going to line the compass up. We're going to line it up with the brown square. So we always put the corner on the object that we want to find. And then we make sure that we've lined it up square with the grid lines, so it's parallel to the Eastings and Northings to make it really easy to read. So we know already we have our 4-figure grid reference, our 6233. but I'm just going to swap over to blue here to make it a little bit more legible. But we're going to measure back on the rest of the Eastings across from the corner to where it crosses the grid line. So you can see there it crosses the grid line exactly between 2 and 4, so that will tell us that the third figure here is going to be 3. And then to get our northing, we do the same thing, but we just go down the side. This time we measure back down to see where it crosses the line, and it crosses at 8. So our northing is going to be 8. So that will give us an overall 6-figure grid reference now of 623338. And that will allow us to get down to a 100 meters by 100 meters area, much more accurate. So a couple of examples we did in class. We're going to look at the top of Spelga mountain. We're going to take a 4 and a 6-figure reference for this. Then we're going to go on to Spaltha. Then we're going to look at the car park on the side of the dam. So we'll take the 4-figure first of all. So we're going to go across the Eastings, and we're going to go across to here. The square would be at 26. So we'll start there. This is going to be 26 for an Easting. Northing wise, we're going to come up along here, and we're going to get as far as 28 there. So that's going to form the first section of the northing. So that's 28. Remember, leave a little gap in between. Now, next thing, we read back along the compass. We can see it's just beyond the halfway mark between 4 and 6, so we'll call that a 5. And then on the way down, you see it hardly gets to the 1 mark, so we'll call it 1. It's very close to 1, so we'll call it 1. So that gives us an overall 6-figure grid reference of 265281. So now we move on. We're going to look at the next one. We're going to look at the path junction on the top of Spaltha. We'll move the compass across, again keeping it nice and square with the grid lines. So again, we start off our Easting with 26. Do our northing of 28 there, so 28, and then we'll just measure off the final 2 figures. So back from there to where it crosses the grid line, it was almost 8. So you could call it 7 or you could call it 8, but I think it's closer to 8, so I'm going to go with 8 there. And then down the page, we come down, you can see that would be halfway between 4 and 6, so that makes it 5. So that would give us an overall of 268285. So the next one we're going to look at then is the car park on the side of the dam. So we've already moved the compass, and now again it's a different square this time. So we need to remember we go to the Easting is 26. This time the northing is 27. So it's 26 space 27, and we will look. We'll see back. Okay, we're just beyond the 7, not halfway between 7 and 8, so we'll go with 7. And we'll measure down to, it's almost 4. So again, we could call that 3 or 4, but I think I'll go with 4, slightly closer to 4. So 267274. So we have finally then covered how to use the compass and the compass's roller to take a 6-figure grid reference. So now you have enough information to be able to use your map and compass to identify either your current location or identify a location on the map to within 100 meter by 100 meter square. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and you found it straightforward. Any questions, ask me in class, and I look forward to helping you learn to do this out in the wild. Bye bye.